Here we go. Science fiction double feature. I'm gonna wait.
John's
Till Mike.
What?
I gotta wait till
you
your
wait till
mic
what?
finishes now.
Oh, no, go it. Don't let that go for the whole 45 seconds. No, because that's all John. It's all John can hear right now. So microwave oven.
Finish your 45 seconds. I got some water here. I'm good.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Jen's like, what the hell? I'm just trying to make my husband something to eat.
Make him starve. I should have refilled between shows. Oh well.
Refill, but we didn't start. I know a lot.
I'll have the interns go get it.
Oh shit! Don't say that. That's what gets you into trouble all the time. What's wrong with you?
No, that's the interns' jobs are to get water and things like that.
Yeah, she's not an intern. Don't say that. This is why you're always in trouble. What's wrong with you?
I think she's sleeping.
You're supposed to say, could you please get me water? I'm recording a second show here. If you want to run to go get it before we start, it's fine. I'll entertain people.
I'll survive.
I'll entertain people for the 30 seconds.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. I am John, and I am joined by the Italian-American stallion, Jon Stugots.
What's going on, baby?
We are filming early because you are going on the vacation.
Yes. So, I will be in Key West on the 20th, Jen? Is that the date? The 20th to the 24th? To the 24th. And we could easily have recorded the show next Tuesday night, but John's like, no, let's just do double up today on the 16th. And that's the end of that. So here we are recording. If you're listening to this on the day that it drops, which is not going to drop till like Thursday of that week, so we could have easily recorded on the 22nd, without a doubt. Been fine. But here we are.
Wait on that on Tuesdays.
You're listening to this, and it's after the fact of me even being away. With me being away is not a factor any longer. But here we are. You're listening.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you now know where to stalk him for the next week.
I'll be in Key West, baby. Don't worry about it. You don't got to stalk me. Just walk right up to your Uncle Stugots and be like, Stugots, baby, let's get a beer. And we'd be getting a beer at one of the bars like Hog's Breath or what's the other one? Whiskey Joe's, right? Sloppy Joe's. Whiskey Joe's is the spin-off over here in Newport Richie that we don't like. Hemingway's Bar, Better Than Sex Restaurant. Wherever you see the Uncle Stugots over in Key West, baby, just walk right up to him and say, let's get a drink.
Bring cigars. He'll smoke them with you.
I will be happy to smoke cigars with you in Key West if you bring them with me.
Well, recently, we had another movie trailer drop. And this time, it would be for The Creed 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Mm-hmm.
So, the son of Apollo, Creed, is back. And this time, he is facing off against the son of the man who killed his father, Ivan Drago Jr.
Son of a bitch.
That bastard. So what do you think, Stugots, of the Creed
I love
franchise?
Creed. The Creed franchise to me is the first one was great. It really, I love the way Rocky tied into it. I love the way they brought out Felicia Rashad as the mother and wife of Apollo Creed. You okay? You're scratching your ear. Was something wrong?
No, it itches from wearing headphones for the last hour. So it's all right for me to scratch while you're talking.
I thought it was very well done. It's one of my favorite Rocky films, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, watching that movie in the theater brought me to tears.
It is so much better than Rocky 4.
Ha! Most movies are. Well, no, I'm thinking of 5. Most movies are better than 5.
No, wait.
4.
Which one was 4?
That's the Drago one.
Oh, no, 5. I was thinking 5 with Tommy Gunn. That was terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. Okay, so we're both thinking the same movie. You just said the wrong number.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 1 is the original, obviously. 2 is the obvious sequel where he gets the belt. 3 is Mr. T. 4 is the Russian. 5 is that piece of shit. And then 6 is Rocky Balboa.
Balboa. Yeah.
Or Balboa, which returns to form. And it was just a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely
years later,
film.
Ryan Coogler relaunches with Creed before creating another great movie with Michael B. Jordan, and that would be The Black Panther. All right. So you recently put a list of your favorite movies of all time.
He's not the Black Panther. He's just in the Black Panther.
I said with. I didn't say he was the star.
Oh, okay.
No, and I think Ryan Coogler has put Michael B. Jordan in all his movies. So,
okay.
So to be fair, just like Michael Rooker is in all of James Gunn's movies.
Oh, all right.
So, I wasn't saying he wasn't the Black Panther, but he was in it.
Okay. Role. I gotcha. So yes, recently on my Facebook, I put a list of my top 5. What happened?
Sorry, I have Hell in the Cell on the background. I didn't see the Jeff Hardy Randy Orton match.
Oh.
Apparently, they did something with the ear hole.
Yes, where they pull out his piercing.
Loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things
pretty gross.
Those things skeeve me to begin with, but to see him like twisting the earlobe. Oh.
I know.
Sorry.
So recently on my Facebook, I put out a list of my top 5 films of all time. And the number 3 is Rocky 1. Number 6 on that list would be Balboa. And if you listen to the previous show previous to this episode, which if you didn't catch, get in our archives over at geekodrome.co. I talk about my connection or what the Balboa film meant to me personally, on a personal level, how it affected me in a positive way. But Rocky 1 is my 3rd favorite movie of all time.
You know, it really is a fantastic movie. It's really about somebody who's building himself up, trying to, make a name for himself and kind of create, himself, really. Not just a legacy, but just trying to prove himself. And then the legacy just comes later after he proves himself and continues on.
And yes, while we record the show, I'm eating delicious barbecue meatball sandwich. That is just absolutely great.
Well, I'm sure it's delicious. You should have brought some for the entire audience.
I would have brought some for you if you were closer to me. You'd be eating these too.
That's right. I had some lovely rigatoni bolognese this evening.
Oh,
with a lovely Malbec. So, it was quite delicious. So, yeah, I mean, the Rocky movies, with the exception of 5, are really a fantastic franchise that it's really about the American dream initially and kind of
the American dream, baby, the backbreaker, the record cracker. I make your liver quiver, baby. That American dream?
That American dream.
Yeah.
It's really a guy pulling himself up from his bootstraps and just making something of his life. He tries to, build himself in the industry, the job he wants, tries to get the girl
There's
he
an
likes.
opening, and he doesn't just take that opportunity. He busts the doors open on that opportunity.
Exactly. And I believe he does the same thing with, the girl he likes.
Yes. Busts it right open, baby. Like it was barn doors and he was the Italian stallion. Ha ha! Breaking highlands like they were the barn doors, baby.
I want to make sure you're done before I try to.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm done. I don't know. Just keep going. I have no idea if I'm done.
But then, it's great that the second movie he just tries.
Oh my God! I hope Ronda Rousey does my favorite move tonight, where she fixes her shorts from riding up and giving her a camel toe. Oh my God, that's my favorite move that she does.
The
Oh,
second Rocky movie is really about somebody who's established himself and now trying to achieve his dream and get that gold. 10 pounds of gold, baby.
mhm.
And, in the end, he's able to succeed and achieve his dreams. He's got the girl, he's got the gold. What more does he want out of life? And, he ultimately
The
becomes.
belt. You need the belt, baby.
You win it in the ring, you lose it in the ring.
Uh-huh.
But he also gains the respect of his greatest foe.
Yes.
Creed.
Apollo Creed.
But once you have everything, there's nowhere to go but down.
Down.
And here comes Mr. T to take it all away, wherein Rocky has to prove himself once more against the man who's been proving himself better, Thunderlips.
Clubber Lang.
Oh, sorry, Clubber Lang.
Thunderlips was Hulk Hogan. That match was for charity.
That match was a sham. How could they let that happen? Yeah, it was the movie that made Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no, without a doubt, that movie made Hulk Hogan a gigantic star.
It also mainstreamed wrestling.
Yes.
Which, we are big fans of.
And led right into WrestleMania 1.
Yes. I couldn't remember the timing, but yes. And, that movie was, it just cemented the franchise. Because even people who weren't Rocky fans before that, like, for instance, I was just too young to watch Rocky too much before that. So I was at that age, and all of a sudden, I became a Rocky fan from 3.
The thing to remember is that Sylvester Stallone won the Academy Award for directing for Rocky 1.
Oh, without a doubt. And that was 78.
And the shame of it is, because that one in 70, was it 78?
I'm looking now.
Scorsese doesn't win for Raging Bull the year later because it's a boxing film. And it blew. I love Rocky. I got a poster, Rocky, the Rocky movie poster hanging up on my wall. And I love the Raging Bull film. That's why Scorsese doesn't win the fucking Oscar for Raging Bull, because they gave it to a boxing film the year before.
Which is, it's a sham, but it was 76. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky 2 was 79.
Mm-hmm.
And Rocky 3 was 82. So I was.
Doesn't he win an award for screenplay for Rocky 2?
Let me look up awards. So Sylvester Stallone awards. Academy Awards, 1977. Best Actor for Rocky. Best Writing for Rocky nominee. Best Performance by an Actor. Oh, that's Creed. So all of his nominees were 77 for Academy Awards.
For Rocky 1, nothing for Rocky 2?
Nothing here. Let me go to Rocky 2. And 2 wins, 2 nominations. American Movie Awards, People's Choice Awards it won. Was not up for any Academy Awards.
Okay.
So he won them for Rocky. He was nominated for Rocky.
I think Natty turns on what's the name today?
Alexa Bliss.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Ronda Rousey. Oh.
No, Ronda Rousey. She turns on Ronda Rousey.
Oops.
Who you talking? Who's Alexa talking to?
It thought Alexis.
Oh, because you said Alexa Bliss.
Oh, did I say? Okay. That's why I screwed up the name.
Yeah, I heard its name.
I screwed up. Rocky won 3 Oscars for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Film Editing. Which,
oh wow,
the director was John G. Avildsen, so it wasn't Stallone. That's why I took him up. I don't know why I thought he directed. Okay,
I thought so too.
No, so it wasn't just me. So yeah, but 76 and 79, I was like 2 and 5. Can't really watch
76, I was 3.
Yeah. You don't really watch Rocky movies at age 2 and 3. But by 82,
I didn't watch Rocky 1 and 2 until 3 was coming out.
I saw it after 3.
Damn, look at her. She's ready to go.
Seriously. So yeah, so I didn't get into Rocky till Rocky 3. Besides, Mr. T was already like cool before.
Mr.
Rocky.
T was awesome in that. Clubber Lang was an unbelievable character.
Damn. Yeah, he totally was. I mean, there's really no bad performances in the first 3, 4 movies.
No, in that movie, everything clicked.
Even 4, it's cheesy. I don't think it stood up as well, but it was.
Oh no, it's cheesy. But when he fights Drago in Russia and he beats him, the whole movie theater popped. Like it was such a big thing that Eddie Murphy had to talk about it in his comedy movie concert of Raw.
Yeah,
like it was a big deal. You're watching a movie. I mean, and I've seen a lot of movies in the theater in 44 years of life. I don't remember a pop in a theater audience like Rocky IV. The only thing that comes close would probably be this last Avengers movie when everyone starts dying and it was a gigantic gasp of, oh my God. You know? Yeah. But that pop that for Rocky IV was, holy shit. It was that big for a movie. And to me, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, really, the movie it was huge. It was completely cheesy.
It was usually.
And then we had Rocky V.
Which was the opposite of usually.
It was awful. Tommy Gunn was awful.
And Tommy Morrison is a great boxer. It was a tragic story that he ended up with HIV. You feel bad for the guy. It was just terrible movie though.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and then they redeemed themselves.
Who's the chick with the hat?
I forget her name. She's the one who came out with Alexa and Mickey James.
I know, Mickey James. Jen, who's the chick with the hat?
I keep saying
it looks like fucking RuPaul.
Yes.
Jen said it looks like Jen. What'd you say? What
Alexa, stop.
Oh, I thought that was Andrea.
Yeah, no, she heard me trigger the echo and then encouraged it to keep talking.
The best part about this Alexa Bliss is every time John says Alexa Bliss, his Alexa goes off and tries helping him. It was Andrea talking in the background.
Well, she was.
Wait, what? Well, ratings. You know, we got to boost the ratings somehow.
That's true. It's all about the ratings.
Jen didn't like that answer.
She didn't like what?
She didn't like that answer. Yeah. Ronda Rousey's blouse or top is kind of low cut, but it's a sports bra.
Yeah, she's trying to do that MMA like small top thing. But yeah.
Did she do my favorite move yet? When she fixes the shorts? Jen? I don't think so.
She doesn't do that as much anymore. I think she got different shorts.
She definitely does. The ones with the tape, the stripes on the side, they must stay they must be taped on the backside.
Maybe. All right. So, which brought us to Rocky Balboa, which was your big story last week.
Balboa was a great film. It was a very strong story. There was only one boxing match in it. It was the rite of passage for what was that dude's name? Dylan. I want to say his name was Dylan Kane, but there's no way in the world that that's his actual name. I just pulled that out of the blue. It was a rite for passage for him. It was for Rocky. It was an official passing of the torch to this young kid who had the unfortunate task of having to rebuild the world heavyweight title, in the shadow of Rocky, without Rocky like actually putting the belt up on the line and for to beat him. They fought in a match. What was his name?
Antonio Tarver played Mason the Line Dixon.
All right, there was no way I got their name right. I knew that.
I didn't remember.
For some reason that just came out that name just came to me. Maybe it's a character from a movie I'm going to write, but yeah, that's right, Mason Dixon.
Be sure to invite me to the premiere of your movie.
Let me tell you, if Shelley was still on this show, we would have had my screenplay written by now.
I'm sure.
If she didn't go all psycho with the Donald Trump shit, we would have had my screenplay written right now. But people have breakdowns, just like I was having a breakdown when the first time I saw Balboa. I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it on somewhere online or on cable, and the movie just it said something to me. That movie, I watched it at a point in my life where I was seriously contemplating suicide, and since then, obviously, I didn't commit suicide, and
we're all better for it.
I've done a couple of charity events. Thank you for suicide awareness, and it is all because of that movie. Rocky Balboa was a great story of just a man and his will to survive.
It's really the eye of the tiger.
It's the thrill of the fight, baby. You rise up to the challenge of your rivals. Exactly. That's all that Balboa was, and he showed that, for his age, he could still go toe-to-toe with anyone just based on that will to survive.
I agree. And then he really passes the torch when we have Creed 10 years later.
And Creed was great. Creed was a great film. Was it 10 whole years later?
Well, so Rocky Balboa was 2006, and Creed was, I searched Creed in 2015.
Wow, I had no idea because I didn't see Balboa until 15.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like August or September of 15 when I saw it.
I don't remember if I saw it in the theater or on TV, but I watched it around that time and heartily enjoyed it.
I definitely watched it on TV, in my own home at that point, and it was like right around this time, and that I saw Balboa, and I was ready to take my NCLEX for my nursing license test, which is the NCLEX, one of the hardest tests ever, harder than most medical doctor board exams, and it really spoke to me. There was something about the film that just spoke to me more so than any other Rocky film, except for the first one. The first one was legit. That first film was just unbelievable. But Rocky Balboa was a story of a man who time had beaten. Because time is the ultimate winner in our lives. No matter what we're doing, no matter who you are, time gets even.
Oh yeah, we all get older. We slow down.
And time keeps going. Yeah, what we used to be. And Balboa was just a story about a man that was getting beaten by time and said, you know what? I will, at the very least, take time to task and go toe-to-toe with him. And he did.
And go one last time to prove that, he's still the man.
That I can still do it. And at the same time, I will get the crowd behind me. And that crowd in that movie was definitely with him.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know. Is that Alicia Fox?
That's her name, yes.
Oh, we're watching Hell in the Cell, by the way, as we record this. Ronda Rousey is now roughing up Mickie James, the wife of former NWA World Champion Nick Aldis.
She's a house of fire.
I really thought that Alicia Fox was like a RuPaul Drag Race cast-off. Because she had the big hat and the loud costume.
Well, she tends to wear those a lot. So
it was just something about it just screamed RuPaul to me.
Yeah, all her costumes seem to be of that vein. But so Rocky proves himself, and then with Creed, he trains the next generation. So
and Creed was great too. He's teaching him. It's the story of a character we didn't know about, so it's an introduction of a new character. Felicia Rashad plays Apollo Creed's wife, and she knew that that Apollo Creed was sleeping around. And here is this redemption story of this kid who has nothing to prove to anyone except to himself. And that's what we do every day in life. We have to prove something to ourselves every day when we get up, that yesterday isn't going to beat me today. And that's pretty much what I got out of Creed.
Yeah, that's very much so. And the fact that, at some point the previous generation becomes, the teacher.
The teacher. Yeah.
So it's just Rocky, realize that isn't necessarily as washed up as he thought he was.
No, he still had something to offer, and it was guidance. Just like Mickey guided him, just like someone at some point guided Mickey, and just like, I always hear, like on Jim Ross's podcast, Jim Ross, JRsBarbecue.com, he'll always talk about, how we should, either find a mentor or be a mentor or both. And that's what that movie absolutely proves. Like, you have something to prove to yourself, that you have something else to offer, even when you can't do it physically. You have a mental offering to someone and an emotional offering. And Rocky definitely does, in that movie. He offers his innocence up and his soul up to Creed. What was his first name? I can't think of his first name.
I was about to say Apollo. Adonis,
yes. I know it was the other god.
I know, but I was
very
about to
fitting.
say Apollo Creed.
Very fitting. And in the Creed 2 movie, he has a kid. And I don't know what the kid's name is yet, but I hope it's after a god as well. Cronus Creed is what I'm hoping for.
Oh, you think does Creed? Does he have a kid in this?
In Creed 2, yes, he has a kid. I think. I that's what I haven't seen the preview for a bit, but I haven't.
I don't remember.
I hope Natty turns on it right now. Just clotheslines her.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the problem is that Natalia is they're gonna try and form like the four horsewomen there, and Natalia will be part of that. Bring that all around. All right, but yeah. So, and I love even Tessa Thompson in Creed as the girlfriend musician. So I'm glad she's back as well for this.
She's very good as the deaf singer girlfriend / wife of Apollo. I mean, of Adonis.
No, I know. I keep thinking Apollo too. So
I know.
So yeah, I mean, I love that this franchise is still going and it's completely revitalized.
And yeah, they found a new way to tell the story, with being faithful to the old story.
Well, I mean, in some ways, it mirrors the Rocky story.
Yes, definitely.
And in others, it's about legacies and things like that couldn't be told in the Rocky story. So it tells its own.
Come on, Natty, clothesliner.
So it tells its own version of, that story. Yeah. And how it's very different because of their upbringing, because of their backgrounds.
And every single day you have something to prove to yourself, no matter what it is. And once you pass today's challenge of proving it to yourself that you get through today, tomorrow's challenge is totally different. You'll have to rise up to that new challenge of tomorrow. And that's what I got out of the promo for the trailer for Creed 2.
Or you can.
He doesn't have anything to prove to himself, but at the same time, I have everything. I don't have anything to prove to myself. At the same time, I have everything to prove to myself.
Exactly.
Every day.
You can prove yourself, or you can star in the Marine 6.
Yes.
You go either way.
Who wants to do that?
I don't know. The Miz, Shawn Michaels, Becky Lynch.
For Becky Lynch, it's fine, but for Shawn Michaels, that's embarrassing. I was never a Shawn Michaels fan, though.
I was a big fan of the DX thing back in the day.
I liked I liked the other version of DX with the Road Dogg and X-Pac and Billy Gunn and China.
DX V2. I mean, I was a fan
V2,
of both.
Yeah,
I was a fan of both, but
DX had awesome fucking entrance music though. It was awesome music. And then they did that remix with Run DMC, my favorite rap band.
Oh yeah,
Down with the Kings. Oh, that was just awesome.
Yeah, they did have the best.
What is this fucking lunatic wearing on the left tonight? He's a lunatic for his hair and his tattoos, but I do love the way he dresses. I do love the way he dresses most times, most nights.
I'm not a fan of his commentating though. I'm really glad they brought in Renee Young as a permanent commentator.
Oh my God, Renee Young on commentary is great.
Because
there's no way AJ was pinned in that. So why would Joe think that he got pinned other than just to further the storyline? Like
I think he thought he tapped.
He had him because AJ's shoulders were nowhere near the mat. Oh yeah, I just said tap.
Yeah. No, I think he thought he tapped because he taps. He does tap after the count.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Okay. Well, the referee wasn't looking. Very much like the Brock Undertaker ending a few years ago.
Yeah, which means we'll see a rematch.
Yeah, that's fine. This feud's doing it for me. This feud is definitely doing great.
It is an awesome feud. All right, so we're all in for Creed 2. When does that even come out?
November, I believe.
It is November, so we'll come back to it over the holidays and whatnot. Because I know
with Paige's new haircut and her lip injection, doesn't she look like that villain chick from the DuckTales?
Magica Dispel.
Yeah, doesn't she, like with a pale skin and the collagen lips and the shorter hair now?
Oh, great! Now now I can't not see that. Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I see now. Would you like your fortune stole? Yeah, I can't do an impression of her. I haven't even watched the show in 20 years. So we'll come back to this in November.
Because I will be seeing Creed 2 opening weekend.
So will I. And here we go. Corey Graves is wearing a camo suit jacket.
Is that what it was? Oh wait, I'm 2 minutes behind you. Is that what it was? Because from the distance it looked paisley, but
no, it's like a camo tuxedo jacket with the lapels. All right, so we'll come back to
Jen. Is that camo that he's wearing? Corey Graves? Yeah, just has camo too with black lapel.
Speaking of getting older, I think Stugots may need glasses.
Well, I'm sitting in the kitchen, dining room, and the TV's 50 feet to 100 feet away, and I am blind in one eye. So,
all right, you should wear an eye patch like a pirate then.
I should, because let me tell you, my right eye is pretty much like Superman vision, but that left eye, from here, I can't even see. Like your cam, I can't even see you on the screen.
Well, I just want to say I'm looking especially handsome tonight, so you're really missing out.
I doubt it.
Bastard. Sorry, I'm not the one with the hashtag.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the only one with the hashtag handsome.com, baby.
All right. Well, on that note, like I keep trying to say, we'll come back to it in November. In the meantime, there are hot picks.
Oh, shit.
Hot picks.
Brad, you go for
Well,
I forgot we were recording 2 shows tonight.
I know. My hot pick is how I, depending when you listen to this, will have spent my weekend. With the current climate of anti-intellectualism, I'm glad that there is sort of an island of, reprieve from this, where it's just a focus on science, DIY mentality, and just, blowing shit up for the sake of the fun of it. And I don't mean like terrorist bombings. I mean like chemistry kits and shit like that. So my pick is the Maker Faire, where it's all about science and technology.
Oh, nice.
And inspiring people to just make
and the world shit. Being round.
The world.
Right?
Well, we'll talk about that one later. Like Adam Savage will be there with the new Mythbusters Juniors.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope I get to meet him. It always brings out.
Get him to cut a promo for Geekodrome.
That would be awesome.
This is Adam Savage, and you're listening to Geekodrome. That's it.
If I meet him, I will ask if he'll do that. I'll be there displaying Lego. We're gonna have some cool structures and displays and whatever.
Awesome.
There'll be pictures on my Instagram, my Twitter, and they're both at Just John. I love doing it. I love walking around. I learned to pick locks at Maker Faire years ago.
No shit.
Yeah, because there was a lock picking pavilion one year, and
That's pretty cool.
And they were even selling lock picks if you wanted a set. I did not buy a set, for the record, in case anybody wants to, cause trouble with me. But I learned to pick a lock that way. Like that. It's just
allegedly.
Allegedly. There's learn how to solder stations where you can make a blinky pin. Where I took my girlfriend last year and she got to solder for the first time. So we got to have fun with that. I love science. I love intellectualism. So for me, it's just a great reprieve for a weekend where it's just, I can be completely nerdy, completely nerd out, and everybody else there is on that level looking to do the same things. So we're
never catch me wide and nerdy. Never catch me wide and nerdy.
I'd also like to add that last week, Donny Osmond, either tweeted or Facebooked or whatever, the original green screen video of the first take of that video.
Oh, no shit.
And it's fucking hilarious seeing them dancing around in front of the green screen.
Nice.
So look that up. But yeah, it's just so cool. It's one of the problems I have with our current executive branch.
Yes.
I may not love everything that the previous administration did, but one of the things they did was they actually had a National Makers Week. They did maker fairs on the lawn of the White House. And, I love that there was that, that push for science, that push.
Man, let me tell you, Obama may have bombed children's hospitals in foreign countries, but man, oh man, he was a man of science and he was an eloquent speaker. This motherfucker can't speak worth a shit, thinks the world is flat, and can't even handle a bombing in his motherfucking bathroom after he has Taco Bell.
But he has the biggest speeches. Nobody has bigger speeches than him. You can't find bigger speeches anywhere.
This bounty towel tossing, orange-haired, Cheeto-looking motherfucker, and the history books will go down as the worst president of all time.
Imagine if we had this conversation a year ago.
Well, a year ago, I would have just been like, oh my God, I don't want to fucking even bother. When some motherfucker sits on the show and says, my president of all time, my favorite president of all time is Donald J. Trump, motherfucker. You're like, what the fuck? Not Calvin Coolidge? Not Calvin Coolidge?
Yeah, like the time we recorded on President's Day, and I wanted to just make the jokes about, President's Day, and I had to change the subject very quickly. Very quickly.
Donald J. Trump is a favorite president. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, those were fun times. So what do you got for us this week, Stugots?
My hot pick for this week, baby, is the WWE Network. If you are a wrestling fan like me, you can go back in time. It's like a time capsule where you can go back and look at WCW Worldwide from September 1992 when Dusty Rhodes and Barry Windham teamed up against Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy, baby. My favorite tag team of all time for the World Tag Team Championships. And they kicked ass and took names, and you could do stuff like that. You can watch stuff like Mick Foley 20 Years of Hell, which debuts tonight on the 16th of September, following Hell in the Cell. So it'll be up there on demand. Great podcasts like the Steve Austin podcast, Bruce Pritchard Show, Something Else to Wrestle With podcast and as well as the Edge and Christian show. But the classic stuff, like World Class Championship Wrestling, the Jim Crockett years of the NWA, WCW wrestling is up there, which is my favorite time in wrestling, the 80s, because it was big personalities, big promos, and these blood feuds. And for $9.99 a month, it's all yours, baby, on the WWE Network.
Yeah, you got me subscribing months ago. Hence why we can podcast during Hell in the Cell and get distracted.
I still hope Roman wins clean, just so that people cry. I want to see the outrage. That's why I want fucking Michael B. Jordan to be Superman, because the outrage that'll come from it will be priceless. I would love to see him be Superman. I would love to see Roman Reigns beat Braun Strowman clean tonight in Hell in the Cell, because people will be so upset for no reason at all. It's awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. But
to see people get visibly upset over something that does not affect them, to me, is just unbelievable awesome. You can catch it all on the WWE Network for $9.99 a month.
It's all just entertainment.
It is.
Some people just take it a little too seriously.
You know, the presidency and wrestling, it's all the same. People take it. It's all the work that people take just a little too serious.
Yeah, well, you should see what's happening in the comics, like Twitter right now. The comic book Twitter. It's really bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love comic books. I wish I had the time to read them, but I'm working on my master's degree, which does not leave a lot of time for me to read stuff recreationally. I would love to read about comic books because I love comic books, and more so, I would get to support and talk about supporting the stuff that probably upsets the status quo.
Oh, it's not just this. It's not the status quo. It's the certain contingent of alleged comic book readers. And
the best part is they probably don't even read them, but they're upset about something that doesn't affect their daily lives.
Yeah, especially like the Captain America storylines and whatever. And really, we could do a whole episode on that. Huh?
What's going on with Captain America?
When Captain America said "Hail Hydra."
Oh yes.
Yeah. Honestly, it was almost a topic for this show a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, I really don't think we should go into it. I really don't think we should give them the time of day. And I know that you and I are on the same side on this one, so it's not even going to be a debate. It's just us going, they're a bunch of crybabies.
Wait a second. Is this something I get to yell about?
Yes.
All right. Maybe we should talk about it.
Maybe we will. Well, maybe after your vacation, when you're all rested up and ready to rant again.
I'll be so rested in Key West. But by the time you're listening to this, my vacation is already gone, and we could have recorded in real time for you. But John said, no, let's just do a double shot.
We got to give the fans what they want. They want more show. We got to give them more show.
Listen, I'll do a show every day if people actually started listening.
You know, if there's really the demand, we could do a bonus show next Tuesday night. If you want to hear
if there is, but the thing is, they're not going to hear this till like the Thursday after the Tuesday.
That's quite problem.
It doesn't even matter if they wanted to hear a bonus show.
Well,
listen, if you want to do a bonus show Tuesday, we'll do a bonus show Tuesday. I don't care. I have stuff to say. I don't care. If you say to me, Stugots, next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, let's be 8:05. Let's go live, baby, on the YouTubes and talk about Captain America. I'm right there. I'm there.
We'll see. Plus, coming soon, talk about the DC Universe app, because it launched this weekend.
Oh shit! I didn't even know. I thought it was like a couple weeks away.
15th.
Oh shit!
Launched, and it's kind of janky so far. So it'll be something we talk about because it's.
If you want to do a bonus show next Tuesday, we will.
All right, we'll see. In the meantime, if you want to hear more show, not just bonus show, but even archives, you can check us out at geekodrome.co. You can find the whole history of Geekodrome on iTunes, Google Play,
or wherever you find.
Including the shows that John forgets that we recorded.
Hey, this is officially show 82. I can't be expected to remember all of them. You know how it is.
Somewhere along show 70, John forgot that we discussed Iron Man. Aquaman.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember our Iron Man discussion. Aquaman. I forgot the trailer. It happens. If you want to if you want to hit us up, we're on Twitter.
Boom! Yeah,
Geekodrome
that's
Pod.
what you do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Read this crap, motherfucker.
We are on Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast. I am John, and I am found on Twitter at just John. Stugots is at Don Stugots on the Twitters, and he hosts the Eat Up Show on the Facebooks.
Oh, listen, before we go, I have to say, when I sign on to the Eat Up Show, I always say, welcome to Eat Up. I am Don, the Italian American named Don Stugots, and I do the okay. I have to stop doing this now.
You can't do it anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
This is my thing.
You can't say okay anymore.
But it's like okay, like buckwheat, like
okay.
But I can't do it anymore.
You can't. It's been co-opted. You're out of luck.
I want to take it. I want to take it back.
Well, I guess it's okay if you say it while you do it. I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed to do it in any way, shape, or form anymore.
You can't even do it like this. Like we used to do back in the day, and then you would punch your friends because they took this too. You flat earth, orange-haired voting motherfuckers. The fucking red caps that you're wearing are so tight that you're stealing stuff that you shouldn't be stealing.
First, they stole Pepe the Frog from. I
know they're stealing this from me.
Yeah, screw it. Soon they're gonna have a free comic book day where they kill that off too.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Right.
But you can watch the Eat Up Show live from Key West next week.
But it already happened. By the time they're listening, it happened.
But they can go back and watch the recorded version on the Facebooks at the Eat Up Show.
I'm throwing in the towel like Arnold Skolin.
Don't say it ain't so. Don't throw in the towel, Stugots.
Like Arnold Skolin, like Rocky was trying to do when Apollo fought Ivan Drago the first time. And he did.
And he didn't. And look what happened. Well, it's unfortunate what happened to Apollo Creed. But it's not unfortunate that it has been too sweet. So they take that away too.